Hello, my name is Kate Marshall. The name of my channel is called Inked Paper Art, and today is day 61 of 365 days of junk journal ideas. And today I'm going to show you my secret formula for making the best signature in your journal. So we're going to talk about what you can put in signatures. First of all, what a signature is, what to put in signatures, all different kinds of ideas of what to use in the signature to make it flow, to make it good, to make it the right size, the right shape, all that kind of stuff. It's a secret formula that I use in every journal I've ever made. And I sell my journals. They've all sold. I've never even had to put one into Etsy because they're all sold before I even make them. So let me go ahead and get started on showing you the formula and giving you the ideas of what to put in the signature. This is one of the journals I'm working on. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I've been doing these blue journals this month for February. I make 3 at a time, and so this is one of them. And this is kind of, just one signature sewn into the journal. So we're going to talk about building the other signature for one of the other journals. And so I'm going to separate out all of my things that I've gathered, and I'm going to talk to you and tell you why you should put them in, or maybe, things to think about when putting them in. So basically the way I build, this is a single signature journal. So this formula is for a single signature journal, meaning this journal does not have like a 1-inch spine or whatever. It's just a regular, journal with one signature in it. You can use the formula that I'm giving you for a multiple signature journal. The only thing to consider is if you're making a spine on a journal and you're sewing in many signatures, 2, 3, whatever, 5 signatures, 7, 9, however many you want to do, the general rule for sewing in multiple signatures is you want to make more signatures with less pages per signature. So the more signatures you have, if you have 3, you want to use, a little bit thicker. But if you have 5 signatures, you want to make yours a little bit thinner. If you have 7, thinner still. It's just, it fits in your spine better. That's the way that you want to do it. So the more signatures you have in one journal cover, the less pages you put per signature. The formula I'm talking about today is for a simple single signature journal, which is the most popular kind of journal that is sold every day. Single signature 9x6 journal is the standard. It's the most popular journal that people buy on Etsy. So if you're looking at making journals for a living or to supplement your income, single signature 9x6 journals is the way to go. And that's what we're talking about today. So to put in a single signature, I'm going to separate out this pile of goodies into 5 categories. The first category is add-ins. So this is a copy dyed glassine bag. So I've done some copy dyeing and just dyed a glassine bag. There is a trick to this. You cannot just do this. You're going to have to watch a video or something. There's a trick to this. So anyway, this is in a category called an add-on, an add-in. So you want to put all of these kind of things in their own category. This is add-in, meaning it's something small that you add in for decorative appeal, texture. It just makes the signature flow better. So that's in the add-in category. This is an antique piece of French blue. It's actually not French, it's blue paper from France. But anyway, it's an antique ledger page. And so this is in a category of antique originals. So that goes in an antique original category. Again, this is blue French ledger, and this one goes in the antique category. Then we have coffee dyed book page. So this is a coffee dyed book page. I'll fold it in half and sew it in the signature. So it's going to go in book page category. Then I've got my digital that I'm using. So I printed my digital, and I've actually used several different digital kits, several different digital designers in here. This is for a very French, frilly, blue, lacy journal. So I've got all my printed digital pages, and we're going to talk about the number and all that kind of stuff here in just a second. So printed digital pages. After that, I've got this folio of a botanical book. So that's going in book pages. This is a paper doily, and that is going to go in the add-in category. This is an antique French handwritten document. These are all original stuff here for the antique category, and I'm going to put that in the antique category. Then I've got an antique French invoice. That's going in the antique category. This is a pile of book pages that I've already reinforced. It was yesterday's video taught you guys how to reinforce your antique book pages to get them ready to sew in the signature. Those are going in book page category. Next, you have your coffee dyed pages. So I like to include a minimum of 3 coffee dyed 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper in every journal. It's just basically to add writing space in the journals. So those are going to go in the category with the printed digital. Then I've got a piece of antique French onion skin letter. So it's a letter that's written on onion skin. That's going in the antique category. This is a sheet of music page. Now you could put it in with the book pages, but the category I put the thick, nice, large size music page, even though it's vintage, it's going in with the coffee dyed paper and the printed digital. That's the category I keep it in. This is a CD envelope, and so you're going to sew this in the signature on the flap. So right where the flap folds, that's where you're going to sew it in. And then from there, once it's in the signature, you can snip off either top or side and make a pocket out of it. So that's going in the add-in category. This is a piece of Italian Florentine paper. So I sell the Italian Florentine paper in the whole sheets, so not cut up packs, but in the whole sheets in the live sales. Live sales on my channel are every Tuesday. I do have an entire new shipment of Italian paper that will be here any day. When it gets here, I will do a live sale of it. It ships from the United States, even though I get it over here from Italy. And so it's much cheaper shipping to have me ship it than to purchase it in Italy yourself. So anyway, I'm going to use this as a page in my journal. And so this one is going to go into the category with the book pages. And I can't really fit it on my desk because it's big. I'm going to put it in the book page category. We'll just kind of roll it in half and put it there. So that's my 4 categories. I've got book page. I've got this section here that is printed digital, my coffee dyed paper sheets, and my larger music page. Now, if you have any other thicker, large music paper or large paper, so if you're putting in a different kind of book page, a magazine page, anything like that, this category is very specific to the size of the page and the thickness of the paper. So anything that is about the size of a piece of printer paper, anything that is the size of a regular sheet of paper goes in this category, as long as it is sturdy and thick and it doesn't fit in either of the other categories. Okay, so that's this category. This category is really just book page. However, I did put that piece of Florentine paper in there. It could really go in this category as well. I just wanted to get it out of the way, so I put it in there. And then the add-in category is little things that you're going to fold in half or sew into your signature. These are the fun little interactive elements. I always put a minimum of 3 in here. If you have a regular envelope, that goes in this category. Any of these little things that are extras, they go in the add-in category. And then this is my pile of antique things. All of my antique original things are in this category. Okay, so let's talk about building the signature. The first thing I like to start with is the printed digital kit. So again, this is many different designers. I get the digitals, either I make them. Some of this stuff is probably my stuff, I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter whose digital you use or what digital you use, anything like that. If it's a printed digital, that's the category we're talking about. If you're using scrapbook paper, it could also be in this category. So the first thing that I do is I print my pages, and I print borderless, so I don't have to take any page edges off or anything like that. And I'm going to fold every one of these pages in half. And I have in one single signature journal, I have a minimum of 12 of these pieces of paper, 10 to 12. Okay, so minimum 10 to 12. Maximum number of pages I want for my whole single signature is 15 to 20. And I don't count every single thing that's on this table as part of that 15 to 20. I count all of my digitals as the 15 to 20 max pages. I count all of my coffee dyed pages as the 15 to 20. And any other page that you put in this category because of size and thickness is in your 15 to 20. From there, I never count my antique book pages, and I never count my add-ons. And the only pages that I will count out of the antique pile are things like this that are thick and about the same size as my printed digitals. So that's how I'm getting 15 to 20 total pages in my signature. And then for the printed digital kit, again, it was 10 to 12 printed digital pages. Let me go ahead and get these folded up. This category here, I'm going to fold in half, and I'll just be right back with you. You'll not even know I'm gone. All right, so I've got my 4 categories. I've got everything folded in half, and now we're going to talk about how to build the signature itself. So prep all your pages, make your categories, get everything ready to go. It's going to make a lot more sense as you're building your signature. The first thing that you want to do out of your printed digital pages is you want to find the page that when you open up your journal that you see this page first. You want to pick your page that is beautiful. It goes with the overall theme of the journal so that right when they open the front cover, they can say, oh yeah, these are the pages, this is matching to the theme, this is the theme of the journal. It kind of helps tell the story. So pick out the page that you want for your first opening page, and then set that page to the side. The next thing that you want to do is you want to pick the page that is going to go in the center of your signature. So when you open your journal up, this is, a page that is beautiful. It has a beautiful print. You love it, because this is where your book, if we look at the actual journal that I've built, this page in the center is where your signature strings are. It's where you sew in your signature. And whenever you've got your book open, this is the only digital that you're going to see both sides of at the same time. All of your other digital pages, you're only going to see half of because they're folded in half for, making the signature. So pick out your center page, pick out your first page, and then from there, we're going to build our signature. After you've got those pages in the correct order, so put your first one that you want to see when you open the book on the top, and then the last digital page down here at the bottom is the one for the center. From there, we're going to start building. You're going to take your first page, open it up. Okay, I know that I want to put a book page right here. I like to build my signature to where there are pages in small, medium, and large staggering the way into the journal. So I'm just going to pick out some things that I think look nice. I'm going to put them together here, and I'm going to say, okay, I like the way that looks. It's staggering. I can see everything I want to see. So that's this is the first digital page, and I've already used a book page and that blue antique ledger, and now we're going to the next page. The next page is going to be a coffee dyed paper. We've got that there. Now, before I put this coffee dyed paper, I'm just going to have to go right on my pile. Before I put this coffee dyed paper here, I know I want this paper doily to go around that coffee dyed paper, and I'm centering that on the page from top to bottom. I've got that open. Now we're going to the next page. The next page in my journal is going to be another digital. So I'm going to use this digital next. I'm going to pick it up, put it right here, and I'm trying to build this on top of my pile so that I can stay in camera for you guys. There we go. So there's that one. And then after that, we're going to put in this little dictionary page here. So there's that one. And again, I've reinforced all my rag paper pages in the center. It was yesterday's video. Oops, I got a little glue stuck. There we go. And then this one is next. I'm going to put this digital page. So if you can see, I'm alternating the digital pages with the older antique pages and the coffee dyed pages. And I'm just making sure that no two digital pages are touching. You don't want to have back-to-back digitals in your book. Okay, so after this page goes in, then we put in the book page. So you can see I've got digital page and I've got book page. That's fine. As long as we don't have two digitals touching, we're good. Then after that goes this sheet of coffee dyed paper. I'm also evenly spacing my 3 pages of coffee dyed paper within my signature. So no two coffee dyed are touching, no two digital are touching, no two antique book paper are touching, no two originals are touching, that kind of a thing. That way your signature stays fresh. As the people flip through the signature of your journal, it looks fresh. Every spread looks fresh. It looks different. This is the way that you make a beautiful journal. Journals, the cover sells the journal, but the happiness comes from the pages you put inside of the journal. So there we go. We added another digital, and then from there we're going to add this sheet of music paper. So this sheet of music paper goes next. After the music paper, we can do another digital. We have an awful lot of digitals in this signature to get in there. So there's that. And then on the inside of this one, we're actually going to put this coffee dyed paper. So there's that, the coffee dyed paper. And then in the coffee dyed paper, I am going to add a book page in there. I think I may or may not do this in the end, but for right now, we've got this. I know I said no two together. I may or may not leave this here. Let me just skip it for now. Next, we're going to do a digital. So here's a digital. There we go. I might break that up with something in just a minute. So then after that, it's time to do an add-in. So right here at this spot, I'm going to add this bag in. So I'm going to do this coffee dyed bag right in there. And I actually prefer this page instead. And it's just because I don't want copy dye next to copy dye either. I like this better. So we're going to do that, and I'll save this one off to the side. Okay, so we're good there. The next one that we're going to add in after that is we're going to do that little French onion skin. So I'm making sure that I space out all my original ephemera and all of my little add-ins too. This one is so thin because it's onion skin. So there's that. And then after that, we're going to do a book page. So now I can probably get this page in here. There's that. That looks nice, actually. Okay, happy we did that. And then from there, I need another digital page. The next page I'm going to add in is this guy. And I'm going to actually flip him around. I would like to see him like this. I would like the botanical to go with this coffee dyed page. I think that looks better. This was a bit much visually, but this one looks better. So, you know, you can always unfold your page and refold it if you prefer a different look. And so then after this one, we're going to do this little skinny dictionary page. He's going to go in here. And notice from top to bottom, I'm also evenly spacing things. I'm not putting everything lined up at the bottom. I'm not putting everything lined up dead center. I'm evenly spacing them throughout the signature as well. That's important so that your signature doesn't get too bulky in one particular location. So then I'm going to add this original ledger page, and I folded up the bottom of it. I've cut some off and folded up the bottom. Sorry, you can't really see. Folded up the bottom to make a little pocket. So just cut some off so that it would fit and fold it up the bottom. And then after this page, we do this other coffee dyed paper. We get this put in here. There we go. And then I'm going to add in my last add-in, and that's a coffee dyed envelope. Now I know that we have for the moment coffee dye with coffee dye, but in a minute I'm going to put this other blue floral page back here. And so this little envelope is going to wrap around that. And that's going to break up that little section. Plus there's going to be a decorative journal card. We're going to decorate this. So it's not going to be coffee dyed in the end, but there's that. And then from there, we want to add in that antique invoice, which is our little invoice here. We're going to add it like that. And then from there, we're going to add the last digital page, or the second to the last digital page. There we go. And then inside of this one, we're going to add this beautiful antique handwritten French document. And then you can see we don't have hardly any pages left on the desk. All we have is our center page and this little book page. So now I could add this book page here if I wanted to, or I could go back in and add this book page somewhere else in my journal. It doesn't really matter, but that's basically our signature. Let me fold it closed, put it together, and then I'll do a little flip through in one of the covers so you guys can kind of get the whole look of it. So that's our signature, and you can see it's popping out in the center. That's normal. That's going to happen. When you get that pop out, if it doesn't fit in your cover nicely, and normally I do cut some off, so just remove the pages that are sticking out the most. Just pull them out of your signature, take them to your paper cutter, cut off that little excess that's really sticking out right there. And this is what it's going to look like in the cover. So this one is the one that we already sewed in. I put them in exactly the same order for the most part. So that's what it's going to look like. You can see we've just got this little flip out. This is folded in. So any page that was too wide, I folded in right here, and that can be a little tuck, or someone could add in a page. But this is the way our signature flows, where we've got all this interesting stuff in our signature. We don't have, you know, blah, everything together. None of the pages are the same size. This is what adds interest in a journal, having all this variety. And then from there, you're going to decorate. You're going to add in all your pockets. And I've got another video coming of all of that. But all kinds of interesting little fun sizes of pages and different textures and crinkliness, mixed with beautiful digitals that go with your theme. You can see I've really spaced things out nicely. I've made sure that my signature spreads flow together. Everything is just cohesive. It tells that story that you're trying to tell with your journal. And then we're going through the back section now. So this is the second half of the journal. And so all together in this single signature journal, the way that I've built it, you have more than 60, close to 80 to 100 different actual page sides to either journal on or decorate or, all that kind of stuff. So 80 to 100 different surfaces to journal on or decorate. And it's a big, thick, fluffy journal in the end. Now you can tailor it to whatever you like, but this is the way I like, and this is a bestseller for me. I mean, the journals I build, they sell over and over again. I have a list of people, and it's just, this is what works. This is what people like. They give me great feedback when they get the journals. So that's our signature that we built. Now this one is sewn in, but we built the same exact thing right here. And I'm going to sew this one in the journal in the next video. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining. I will see you guys again soon.